Good evening, everyone. Well, it's evening where I am. I'm not sure what time it'll be where you are, but either way, I hope it's been a good day or it's being a good day. Okay, again, this is a answer to a question that I was asked. I was talking to a gent the other day, and we've been working on his dating and getting him into a relationship. And one of the things that he's really struggled with is approaching. Now, this is a common problem for a lot of guys, is going up and engaging women in conversation so that you can get a date and move into a relationship. Now, where a lot of men struggle, and yes, we do struggle with this, ladies, is that when we approach a woman, there are a lot of fears involved. There are things that tend to work against us, and they're things like fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, fear of judgement, fear of social embarrassment. So if you're out with your mates, for a lot of guys, when they walk up, it's the sales rainmaker. How you going? Good to hear you. I see you. Just chuck into the comments where you're from. That'd be really cool. I'm in Perth, Western Australia. And I'm talking about men when they're approaching women. I had a client of mine ask me about it, and we're working on it because he's a bit of a shy fella. And where a lot of us men struggle is those fears. It's that fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of embarrassment. And these are things that, for a lot of men, really tend to hold us back from approaching women, regardless of how attractive we may feel that they are or how fun or whatever they might be. So some of the things that I help my clients with is getting a mindset where it's a lot easier to approach. Now, when we approach women, there's a few things that as guys we need to bear in mind. Because women are not as physically strong, they have to be unconsciously on a deep level aware of how safe we are as we approach. So for men, we need to give off that feeling, that sense that we're safe, that we're okay for us to approach them, that they're not in any danger. And one way that we can do this very easily is to make sure that they see our hands. So we need to keep our hands in their field of sight, and we also need to make sure they see the palms of our hands. So you only have to keep them by your sides and slightly turned forward so that they can see that you're not carrying anything that's going to be a weapon or anything like that. And yes, that sounds a little full on, but we are talking about their primitive brain, and we all have this primitive brain. It's the part that reacts instantaneously to keep us safe. So when you're driving in your car and something jumps in front of your car and you wrench the wheel to get out of the way of whatever's jumped in front of your car, that's your primitive brain keeping you safe, getting you out of the way of harm. And so for when we're approaching women, and to a lesser degree guys, when we get approached, the first thing we're doing is looking if that person's safe. Now, the next thing guys need to be aware of when they're approaching women is their energy level and how fun they appear, because no one wants to spend time with a misery guts. So when we're engaging with women, we need to show them that we're enjoyable to be around. We're pleasant company. We're enjoyable. We're fun. We're engaging. So going in with the right energy level, if you go into a group of women that are a high energy, extroverted group, and if you come in and you're all low energy and monotone, they're not going to want to hang around you or have you engage with the group. So they will reject you. Come in at their same high energy level where they feel you're part of them, you're one of them, you'll fit in a lot easier. And conversely, if you're approaching a group of women and they're a lower energy, where they might be a little more calmer, a little more introverted, and if you come in all high energy, you're going to freak them out. So, and also we need to engage them with fun. So we can't come in talking about heavy subjects straight away. Yeah, you can talk about just about anything, but you have to keep it fun and engaging, at least for the first sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes. So those few things will make an impact on you approaching women. Now, I know for myself, when I went out and I was building my social confidence, because I'm actually a bit of a shy, reserved guy, not a full-on introvert, but I'm heading that way. So what I had to do is use those exact same tips. I had to approach women showing that I was safe. I had to show them, have my hands by my side where they could see them. They could see I wasn't carrying anything. I had to show that I was confident, so I had to have good posture. I had to show that my chest was open. That's a way to show that you're confident. I had to come in with a good energy level, and I had to show that I was fun and engaging. So because of using those few tips, I was able to go out and talk to over 170 women in 7 weeks. Now, when I first went out, I didn't speak to anyone the first night. I was that terrified. Second night, didn't talk to anyone. I was that terrified. Third night, I had to force myself to go out and talk to someone. So I went out and I started talking to someone, and I didn't die. She didn't reject me. I didn't get embarrassed, and I actually enjoyed myself. Now, I noticed we've had a few more people join, so congratulations for joining us, folks. Great to have you here. I'm just talking about men approaching and ways that we can get better with approaching, minimising that risk of rejection. So when I went out and used what I had learnt, I only got rejected twice out of 170 plus women. So, and both of those times it was afterwards I was able to analyse and realise that I didn't show them I was safe, or I didn't have the right posture to show confidence. So I could actually work out why I got rejected rather than wondering afterwards, what the hell did I do wrong? You know, I'm a nice guy, why did they reject me, and all that sort of rubbish. I was able to be laser focused as to how effective I was being and where I was being ineffective. So understanding those few things when you're approaching, if you're a guy, being able to show that you're safe, able to show that you're fun, able to show that you're engaging and you're confident, these make a massive impact, because for guys, we only have less than 30 seconds to make an impact to a woman's primitive brain. That's the brain that lets them know that they're safe, that you're okay to talk to. So once you get past that, then you can make a massive difference and make great inroads with engaging that woman once you use good conversational skills. So for women, I'll just quickly touch on women, because I do have women asking me, should women approach men? And I say yes. And I'll say there's 4 reasons why women should approach men and why I actively encourage it. So the method that I'm talking about approaching is what they call a hard approach. It's where you're actually physically approaching a guy. So women should approach a guy because, 1, it takes the fear of rejection, embarrassment and everything off the guy. And as guys, we're really thankful for the woman for having the guts to come up and take that risk of rejection off of us. So we're very relieved. 2, it shows that you think we're worth approaching. You must think we're good looking, or we look like we're fun, or something like that. So we get a little boost of confidence when a woman approaches us. 3, it shows that you're a confident woman. Oh, thanks for the heart. Beautiful. So it shows that the woman's confident, and all guys like a confident woman. Now, there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And if you know the difference, it makes a massive difference. So we all like a confident woman. And 4, when a woman approaches a guy, it doesn't automatically guarantee that he's going to get anywhere. It puts the woman in the driver's seat. Same as when the guy's approaching. The person doing the approaching is generally in control of the situation if they know the skills to use. So that's what I wanted to just talk about very briefly with women, for any of the women listening. But for guys, it's that keeping it so that the women know we're fun, we're safe, we're showing confidence, and we're engaging to them. So I hope you've got something out of this. And if you want to learn more, because the company that I formed is called Life Back on Track, and what I do is I help people get balance in their life in all aspects. So their relationships, their dating, their mindset, their parenting, their health, whatever it is, I help them do that. So if you would like to know some of these steps, if you go to my bio, there's a 9-step checklist that you can download, and you can start to get your life back on track. Now, you might have a pretty cool life, and that's fantastic, but if there's something you want to tweak, you'll want to grab that checklist. So anyway, thanks for everyone that jumped on. We've got a heap of you. Fantastic to see. This will actually go up as a live recording, and it'll also go up on my page as well. So if you want to go and watch it again later on, in case you've missed anything. So anyway, thanks for joining us, folks. Absolutely wonderful to have you here. I hope you've got some value. Feel free to send me through any questions. Chuck them in the comments section of the previous post where I announced this, and I'll try and answer them on the next video. Always hoping to give more and more value. Okay, have a fantastic day or evening, depending on what your time zone is. Look after yourself, keep well, keep up the good work, and we'll catch you on the next one, which will probably be tomorrow. Okay, have a fantastic one. Take care.